Let's get straight into it. Perek Gimel, Tanya, who's excited? We spent quite a while in Perek Beis and Perek Aleph. Perek Gimel, starting right off. And we're going to get into the personality of the neshama. What is your neshama's personality? We're going to have to find out. So, Perek Beis was about the essence of the neshama. Perek Gimel is going to be about the personality of the neshama. Perek Dalet that we're going to get to very soon is going to be about the expressions, the actions of the neshama. So let's find out. We already explained Perek Beis. What did we explain back then? That the neshama, in essence, is just part of God. That's all it is. It's kedusha. It's holy. It's one with Hashem. So now we'll figure out its personality, and we're going to start off that all the parts of the neshama, whether it's the nefesh, ruach, or neshama. So now, first we're already explaining something that we spoke about last year. The neshama has a lot of depth to it. Just in the essence of the neshama itself, there's nefesh, ruach, and neshama, and those can be compared to, but are not, thought, speech, and action. The thought is the way you are in the inside. Speech is bringing you inside to the outside. Action is all the way on the outside. So, nefesh is the action-based level of your soul. Ruach is slightly more internal, and neshama is very far internal, and then the levels of Chai Yechida are so deep that they're not usually expressed in a conscious way. Let's just bring another analogy for Nefesh, Ruach, and Neshama. We can explain it by Nefesh being the lowest level, being all thought, speech, and actions, Ruach being emotions, and Neshama being the seat of intellect. So, in other words, there's three levels of depth within each person's Neshama. But each one of these, the essence is a godly spark. And the personality is as follows. You ready for the personality in the neshama? That it has 10 parts. It's a 10-part personality. Hillel, you thought you were complicated? You thought you had like a schizophrenia, split personality? Imagine having a 10-part personality. Oh my goodness, that's difficult. Yeah? So, what's your 10-part personality label? You ready for it? You have 10 parts corresponding to the 10 spheres from above that came from them. So here's something very important that you have to know from all over Chassidus. That it says that man is made in the image of Hashem. Anyone here learned Parshas Bereishis? Yeah, Shner, you got that far in Chumash? Parshas Bereishis, you learned it says we'll make that man is made in the image of Hashem. Meaning, what does it mean made in the image of Hashem? Hillel, what do you think Hashem looks like? So it's the Hillel thinks Hashem looks like nothing and everything at the same time. Shner thinks Hashem looks like a strong man. Very good. So they ever said in the leather ones that a little kid, what does he think Hashem looks like? A strong man with big arms who looks a little bit like his father. Okay. So now we grow up a bit and we get a bit more mature. We become like Hillel and we're like, wait, Hashem doesn't have a physical appearance. So what does it mean we're made in the image of Hashem? Just like Hashem's form of expressions, Hashem expresses himself in these 10 different ways. A person also has these 10 different parts in him. Now, what are these 10 ways that Hashem expresses himself of? And you'll find them all over the Kabbalah, that they are. You ready for the terms? This is going to be a bit confusing. These 10 parts that Hashem expresses himself in, which end up being the 10 personalities of your soul, are 2 teams of them. The first 3 are the 3 mothers. The next 7 are the 7 doubles. Wow, that sounds like the start of a riddle, you know? Imagine that. You see on the back of a Laffy Taffy? I have 3 mothers and 7 doubles. What am I? I don't know. So we're going to have to find out the personality of the soul is the 3 mothers and the 7 doubles. 3 plus 7 is 10 last time I checked my mathematication. So, what are these things? The 3 mothers are Chokhmah, Bina, Das. Now in English, these are usually explained as wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, which are terrible translations due to the fact that to regular English speakers like me and you, those all mean the same things. Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to most people means brain, and brain. But I heard an amazing shot from Rabbi Winner, and we're going to explain this further in tomorrow's shir, that the Mashpia of the whole Australia said as follows. There's the 3 seas. You ready for the 3 seas? You have to remember this. The Pacific, the Atlantic, that's not the 3 seas. No, sea is in the letter C. That there's Chokhmah is conception. Conception means coming up with an idea. The light bulb moment. The aha moment. The moment that you say, oh, I have a new idea. Conception. It's coming up with something. Then Bina is contemplation. Bina is when you get down into thinking over all the details. You had this idea, now take that idea and expand on it. Bring it out. Think about detail A, B. How am I going to do it? How, what, where, why, when? That's why, by the way, in Kabbalah, Chokhmah is referred to as a Yud, because a Yud is just like a little dot, it's the smallest letter. Bina is referred to as a Hey, because a Hey is very wide and long. It has all the details going on. So, then Das is connection. That's the third C, it's connection, where it connects these ideas of the mind to the feelings of the heart. And we're going to explain this at detail for probably the rest of the week with many different stories, which you will never forget, even no matter how hard you try. So, now that we found out the three mothers are conception, contemplation, and connection, why are they called mothers? The reason is because they give birth to the seven doubles. What are the seven doubles? The seven doubles are the seven emotions that a person experiences. You got that? Kindness, severity. Tiferes is a hard one. It's usually, the best translation would be harmony. It's a composite of the two extremes of being kind and being severe, putting them together. Then you have Netzach, Hoid, Yisoid, which Netzach is a further outshoot of Chesed, and literally means victory. It's pushing your agenda. Then Hoid is surrender. It's a further outshoot of Gevura. It's like you're being severe, you're being strict with yourself, to the point that you're ready to put yourself aside. And Yisoid literally means foundation. Maybe it's foundation to the outside, but Yisoid, the main idea of it is to express from the inside to the outside, and Malchus is expressing to the outside. So Yisoid is like the runway, and Malchus is the takeoff to get to the outside. You have all these feelings bottled up on the inside, you need to express them outwards. So, that's why Malchus is usually referred to as speech, dibur, because dibur is where you take everything that's going on inside of you and you blurt it out in this endless tirade of words and rage or kindness or whatever your words happen to be. So, now that we figured this out, that you have these seven doubles, you know why they're called doubles? Because there's two ways they can come out, intense or soft. Chesed could be like, I'm going to give all my money to charity. Or it can be, I'm going to give some money to charity. Same thing on the other side. Gevura could be like, everyone who doesn't come on time to yeshiva tonight is getting expelled. That's intense. Or it could be in a softer way. Whoever doesn't come on time to yeshiva tonight is going to have to make up their time during their break. So every one of them can be in a soft or intense way. So the three mothers, the intellect, gives birth to the emotions. That's why you have, in this country, you find so many people are passionate. Do you know in this country of America, everyone in this country is very passionate about the same topics. Just half the people are passionate on one side and half the people are passionate the opposite way. Why is that? Why is everyone so diametrically opposed? Like, for example, you know what's one of the main topics that people in this country are constantly fighting over? Whether you should put pineapple on pizza, obviously. So why is it some people are so angry if you put pineapple on pizza, and some people are so happy if you put pineapple on pizza? And other topics of the like, which we're not going to get into, because we are proudly non-partisan, which means we don't take sides. You want to have pineapple? You don't want to have pineapple, whatever you like. So, the reason is quite simple. That the way you think makes the way you feel. So you have people on one side that are thinking so intensely, or let's say they're being educated, that this is the best thing, and then they hear people are against it, they get so upset at them. And then you have people being educated, this is the worst thing, and they're doing everything they can to get it banned. Because what's in your mind controls what your feelings are going to be. That's why the mind is the mothers of the feeling. And I really wanted to say a story about someone doing something that was a bit too intense, to bring out the intense and not intense way of revelation, of emotions. But I think we're running out of time, so maybe we're going to have to save it for tomorrow. Stay tuned for tomorrow, when we're going to find out how the mind interacts, and we're going to have a construction lesson of how to build a house for a Kabbalist. Can't wait.